What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I proudly present an in-depth review of this 2014 Audi A8 Quattro V6. Here's what the key looks like. It's the emergency key release. Lock, trunk, unlock, panic. However, you don't even need to touch the key. All you can do is just walk right up to the door handle, grab behind, and it unlocks. Also does have self-close doors, so just gently close it and the door will pull itself in. Alright, it's the ignition switch. Push once to turn the full accessory power on. And to start, press the brake and press the button. I know it is beeping a lot, but to dismiss that, you can just press OK, and the beeping will stop. Blind spot monitoring is controlled with this button here. And the red light means it's on. And when you turn it on, the LEDs just briefly light up on both sides. Auto start, stop, on and off. This button here will put away your screen. And then pressing it again or pressing any button to control the screen will pop it back out. For example, the menu button. Traction control. Parking sensors, as well as cameras with guidance lines that adjust as you turn the steering wheel, or as I like to call them, dynamic guidance lines. And this button here will fold up the rear sunshade. Glove box, more storage here. Transmission's an 8-speed automatic, so it's a ZF gearbox. And the way this shifter works is a little different than most electronic shifters that have a P to put it into park. So just treat it as if you were treating it like a normal shifter. So all the way down for drive, hit unlock, move up one for neutral, again for reverse, and then park. So when you're in drive, you can tip it back. Now you're in sport. I'll show you on the instrument cluster. You can also press this button to shift manually, so that permanently activates manual shifting mode. Shift with the paddles behind the steering wheel. Then back to automatic. So you can shift manually outside of manual mode, but it will only be temporary. Go ahead and pop that back into park. Park will also automatically engage if you have a gear engaged and you turn the engine off. So now I'm going to go ahead, turn on the hazards, as well as the lights. Pop the hood. So this model has the Matrix LED headlights, however the full Matrix system has been deactivated for the US. You can also opt for automatic high beams, which this car does not have, but it does have the adaptive functions. That's what the camera is for. So here we have the V6 engine. It is also supercharged. Good for a total maximum horsepower output of 333. Here's some of the emission information. And there you have the all-weather light below the turn signals. It's also where the daytime running lights are. So the turn signals and the daytime running lights use the same strip. LED side turn signal mirrors. And as you can see, it's got 2 sets of rear fog lights. So you can either have 19 or 20-inch rims. This one has the 20s. And the tires on it are Pirelli P0 Nero all seasons. And these particular ones are Audi original. Fuel information. I guess the trunk doesn't want to open. Well, I'll do it from inside the car. So, trunk control. Decent amount of trunk space. And in here, we have a Continental spare tire. And then power close. So the functions on the light switch are as follows. We're in off right now. Now I just switched it into auto. I don't know if you can see it, but it lights up in orange when it's active. Parking lights, then lights up in green. Then headlights on. Now, you'll want to leave it in auto most of the time because this has the adaptive functions and they only work in the automatic position. Same with auto high beams if your car has that. All weather lights and rear fog lights. It's got all 4 automatic windows, as you would expect. Child locks for both of the rear doors. And then over here, mirror controls. Right now it's set to the left, then right. You can also turn it all the way there to fold the mirrors in. And then in the center, it's your heated mirror function. So it is a little inverted. And then coming back to the center console, we're going to talk about the multimedia interface some more. So right now we're on the main menu. There are 7 different menus. We're on car, telephone, so Bluetooth, information, navigation, media, radio, and then your equalizer. I'm going to start with the car. You can also press this as a shortcut. So it's got 4 different drive modes. Comfort, you press this black knob in to select your drive mode. Auto, so it automatically senses your throttle input and deciphers between comfort and dynamic. Dynamic mode, which is equivalent to a sport mode. Then individual. I like to just leave it in auto. Then these silver buttons here are for the menus and the corners. So, for example, I'll hit set individual, and you can configure each of these aspects to either comfort, auto, or dynamic. Car systems. So here you can access your vehicle settings, driver assistance, air conditioning, and then service information. So when you're changing your tires, you'll want to check this box on. Wiper service position as well. If you're changing those, see your VIN number as well as your programmed keys to the car. Service intervals. So the oil level display can only be displayed with the engine off, as well as tire pressure monitoring. Okay, auto recirculation sensitivity, you can turn that up or down or completely off. So driver assistance, speed warning, parking aid, side assist, then rain sensing windshield wipers. Then vehicle settings, so seats, so easy seat entry, and then exterior lighting settings, so you can adjust how your automatic lights behave. For example, you can change it to medium activation time, which is the default setting. You can also have them come on early or later. So if you have them on early, it's basically increasing the sensitivity. Then adaptive lights, so your automatic cornering lights when you turn the steering wheel at night. Lights when leaving the car, when unlocking the car, and then the daytime running lights. Before the LED daytime running lights were introduced, you could also apply the parking brake and that would turn off the daytime running lights till you next released it. Interior lighting controls, so you can turn that on and off. And you can adjust the brightness. Color profile, 3 different settings. You can see how it looks on the right side. Central locking, so when you pull the door handle and the doors are locked, that'll unlock all the doors. You can also change that so it just unlocks the driver door. Lock exterior trunk handle, fold the mirrors, and also a chime when locking, so that's your beep. Garage door opener, not going to mess with that. Alright, so when this is turned on, the doors will lock after you exceed 10 miles per hour. Automatic rear blind spot, or rear blinds, so that's the sunshade. And then you can put your air suspension in tow mode. So if your car had to be towed away, you don't want to forget to do that. And this button here, so I'm going to put the car into neutral. This button here, when you're in the car menu, will raise the suspension. It raises the rear first and then the front. And then the arrows will stop flashing and stay lit once the suspension is fully raised. So now it's fully raised. I'm going to press the button again. Now it's lowering back down. And as for the owner's manual, it's not a full owner's manual, but you do have videos that you can watch to know how to operate most of the systems within the vehicle. AC controls, so sync, automatic AC. You can turn the system off. Then we also have heated and ventilated front seats on this model. And the nice thing is, if you leave them on, you don't have to remember to turn them on the next time. They will stay on indefinitely until you turn them off, meaning they will come on the next time you start the car. I'm going to go ahead and show you the info menu. So that's for Audi Connect. And then radio presets, navigation. You can enter your destination by pressing this button here. As well as viewpoints of interest, previous destinations, as well as your favorites. You can also view the route, information, and then settings. Low fuel routing, so you can see how much, so if your fuel level is low, it'll tell you where the nearest gas station is. And then your map display, so this changes with your headlight settings. Telephone menu, so go into settings, Wi-Fi hotspot, and then data connection settings. Then you would have call options if you had a phone connected. And these buttons here, radio, media, skip, and then tone, so that's for your equalizer. So there's a shortcut into that. And then when you press on one of these buttons, you can see exactly what you're doing on the screen as opposed to using the screen right here, which is hard to see with sun glare. So, multimedia, you can insert a CD, SD, SIM card, and another SD. Then when your key battery is low, you can hold it here while pressing the start button. I'm going to show you how the horn sounds. Actually, you know what? Maybe only a little bit. There we go. Didn't want to disturb those people eating. So, memory seating, that's to turn the system on and off. So, 2-person, then that's to set your memory. So you hit that, and then hit one of the buttons once you've set everything to your liking. Same goes for the passenger side. However, the driver's side controls more than just the seat. It's the steering wheel, the mirrors, and the headrest. Whereas passenger side is, I believe, just the headrest and the seat. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the back. But first, if you press this button, you can view your different vehicle functions. can darken the display. And then these buttons, so that goes between your speed as well as your miles to empty. So system messages, media, phone, and navigation. And then these buttons here for navigation information and voice control.
Cancel.
To cancel, you just push and hold. And then the manual button, as I showed you earlier, volume, and then mute. Now I'm going to go ahead and show the back. A little bit of storage here. Wood trim, ashtray, lock and unlock, automatic window control, rear ventilation, as well as some 12-volt power outlets. Cup holders, and then storage. So, and then even more storage. You can also see inside your trunk from here, as you can with many cars. And then the seat controls are as follows. So this is to adjust your headrest if you move it up or down. Then this is to recline your seat forwards and backwards. Then this control right here moves the seat forwards and backwards, up and down. And then this button here is for your massage function, so that's to initiate it. And then you can adjust your mode with that wheel right there. So you can adjust like what functions. So up top, that's massage. Right there, that's your seat belt. And then different lumbar and reclining features. And then these arrows here are for the reclining or lumbar and the massaging function. So you can switch it into pulse, stretch, lumbar, and shoulder, and turn it completely off. And then this button here lowers the intensity, and then this one here raises it. And that just about wraps it up. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that thumbs up in the face, subscribe if you're new, turn on post notifications, do what you do best, and peace out till next time.